Okay, so we're just going to start by taking a couple of breaths in and out, getting ourselves really nice and relaxed deep inside the body. Waves of aqua and pink light washing down through the energy system, through the double helix DNA presentation. Waterfalls of crystalline light, liquid light, wash down over the fields. And we're just going to find ourselves within that space. Bring the vision all around you as if you're in the central point of it. And we're going to activate the liquid light to illuminate. Aligning the charge of divine Christos intelligence to rehabilitate the pathways with the liquid crystal light. Beneath us sits an octahedron geometry, and above us sits a 24 pointed star geometry. And we're just going to interlink the top to the bottom. Opening out through the thymus and interfacing with the rod architecture. Running the liquid light through the rod architecture. Building vertical alignments with staff architecture. And just take a moment here just to feel and see the interface between the two architectural layers, which is expanding outwards through your axiotonal lines, through your toroidal field, through the many degrees of the sphere, and beginning to interface the connection points, the energetic light pathways, by re-establishing the pathway point where any rips and any damages have kind of sat within play there. Take a nice slow inhale. As we hold the breath at the end, we're going to draw it in further through the energy centers, activating and opening with the lotus breath. Hold the breath and expand it outwards with the exhale. You're going to repeat that again. As you drop deeper into the heart with your breath. This opens up the interdimensional layers so you can breathe through the dimensions. Breath of life, breath of resurrection. Repairing axial tilts to the staff architecture. Bring it back into alignment. Golden apple symbol code correction to the poison apple tilt. Golden Christ Cathara, Hall of Records, Sphere of Amenti, Andromedan Galaxy, the parent matrix, interconnect, interface, update, and re-establish energetic pathways, liquid light, liquid sound. Moving deep fear. We open just above the crown of the head here. We've got an interface of scrambled channels just sat through the crown area. A backlog of resistance, distorted belief, and fear modulation, which is resisting the process of consciousness, resisting the processing of awareness. High heart expansion, tightness in the chest, moving, deep grief, deep fear, solar plexus fragmentation up to the surface. Inhale, exhale, wash with liquid light. Being presented with a kind of conglomerate of multiple aspects that are built into one aspect that's all holding wounding and victimization. And we're given here the opportunity to unconditionally love, realign, and show the truth. And without holding any judgment or opinion, we're just going to allow him or her to express itself. And it can be both aspects as well. It can be both male and female. Okay. So as this is coming up, we've got a pillar of crystalline violet fire coming in. Dissolving out the beliefs that are holding imbalance and victimization, and just bringing it to a neutral point. And we're just working very carefully with the Holy Father and the violet flame to unpick certain areas so we can kind of not dissolve it all, but what we can do is just take out the parts that are causing damage there. So we're isolating and taking out the parts that are causing damage to Yana Yakriana Okurashna Yakarana here. Inhale, exhale, unlocking shame, And the shame holds the unworthiness around one's ability to ascend or belief systems that one is ascending due to one's old trauma. So the belief system is imbalanced, basically. Okay, so just take a nice inhale, exhale here. We're going to allow the memories just to start to circulate and surface by breathing into them, running light through them, and challenging the memories in the sense that when this incident occurred, and it will be different for everybody, when this incident occurred, was I thinking from survival or was I thinking from a grounded perspective? Was I aware of my surroundings and aware of my energy at the time and the energy of others? Was I conscious of what I was doing, or was there energetic manipulation involved or conditioning involved? If there was, should I really chastise myself for my behaviors in the past? Or can I bring compassion in and understand that sometimes we have a wobble? Sometimes we can't always think clearly when there is a high emotional charge present, which damages the neural pathways or triggers the neural pathways that hold fight flight. Because all of these belief systems that we review in these moments are the things that hold you back. All of the negative belief systems are the things that hold you back from your ascension process, from your evolution, and from the belief that we are um, worthy to go to the kingdom of heaven. And so through that, we then end up comparing ourselves to others, judging ourselves harshly against others, and against frequencies that sometimes we don't always know are playing out through our fields. And this essentially, down the line, it's a form of self-harm, really. It's an interesting concept that is that negative thought is a self-harm tool because it further descends us, it further pushes us back. When we could choose compassion and the perspective that we are all growing, all learning, and we're all trying to find our way. We are in a phase of the unknown. And that isn't a comfortable experience. So there are going to be trigger points around that. However, once we kind of recognize it, we're then able to shift the belief system, shift the perspective to be able to put trust and faith in God to align us on the right pathway. So let's take this new understanding and place it back into the aspects that hold shame. The victim template, let's update that. And we're just going to do a nice light wash through there. Bringing in compassion for yourself. And we're going to take it into the areas of shame and tightness where we resist looking back and reviewing our memories. And we're going to bring forgiveness in there. Forgiveness for our past. A lot of the shame that bunches up around the past as well is where we try and where it works into breaking down um sorry, let's just run light through that first. And just take that light through the back side of the head, the top of the crown, and we're just going to run it through the light pathway interface, the nadial, and self-rejection. Take that out. Going to bring Holy Father in here to wash back into the memories and to sit with the aspects that went through the difficult experiences, the shameful experiences. Of pre-Saturn return and take it into the reactionary negative ego responses, the victim and the victimizer. And we start looping through as ruby scalar spirals, then presenting as ruby diamond codes to unlock the artificial timelines that interface and interlock within that as a feeding station. And just allow that to be felt through objectively, in the sense that this is what the emotions are coming up. I can see them. They are not me. They're connected to the past, and they're also connected to an artificial structure that absorbs life force from them. And if this area is also really black, we need to start eliminating it a little bit more, bringing more light in there as we start cleaning out the pathways, cleaning out the channels, cleaning the memories. So by calling in the light, the resurrection fire, and we're going to take that back through and just dissolve, 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 burning it down into ashes and extracting the essence of the past, where we held light in the past, dissolving out the trauma behind it, leaving just the spirit, and having the spirit walk back into you now. Inhale, exhale. Leaving no part of you left behind. No, and we're okay. Thank you. Leaving no part of you left behind. We also want to collapse out and dissolve the old timelines around the past. So we can bring back the essence through to present, and we don't continue the loop cycles. Now, I've been presented with this palace, this crystalline palace, for a while now. And I'm being told that it's time for us to walk through the palace. Now, the first part of this, the palace is actually emerald. It's like an emerald, translucent crystal palace. And just overlaid to it is an amethyst magenta crystalline geometry ray that sits around it. Just find yourself coming up to the amethyst geometry, and we're just going to interface with the geometry there. And as we connect into the geometry, we've got an abundance of Holy Father codes, Cosmic Father, the Father Arc, the Noble Masculine, King Arthur, Zarathustra, Yogananda, Yeshua Christ, Christ Michael, Solomon, the solar dragons, reconnecting into the essence, running rainbow rounds through your light body, developing architecture, resurrecting architecture. Targeting levels of security, targeting the level or targeting the levels of insecurity, targeting the levels of distortion to repair and replenish the mind to see oneself as whole. And we want to download the feeling here. We want to ask for the feeling of what is it like to be a true, divine, noble masculine. What does it feel like to embody this? What does it feel like to have absolute peace of mind? We download the feeling and the knowing as something to work towards, as a measuring tool for conscious awareness. And as we connect into this feeling, we allow the love of the Holy Mother, the Cosmic Mother, the many iterations of the Divine Mother, the compassion to interface and connect. We're going to take this up through your channels. We're going to take it through any areas of resistance and distortion and just allow this feeling of utter bliss, peace, love, harmony to sit within those channels. Because this is who you are in your highest truth. Take it all the way down under the feet, all around the back side of the body. Solar plexus heart breathing. Nice deep inhale. Hold the breath and pull more light in through the energy centers, expanding the light, claiming your space, claiming your body, expanding your light. 360 degrees. Dissolving out any separation, dissolving out any grief. And finding the space around you melting away to become one with the all, becoming one with source, melting away the body, melting away all separation, melting away all judgment, all critique, all harshness, melting away all distrust and disbelief, all fighting against the light, to the point of believing in God, dissolving away the fear of God, the fear of light, melting out the gridlock, resuming to organic flow, the flow, inhale, exhale of the source breath. Pathways of unconditional love trigger deep separation, deep grief, deep sadness. To build the channels of unification, triggering vulnerabilities, the imprints of separation, the imprints of loss, moving to the forefront to be seen as you are held by Source within eternal oneness. facing fears of the truth, clearing out the perceptions that there is only one. There is only one God, one source that we all came from. Through many individuations, correcting belief systems, reorienting perceptions to connect with the eternal flame, activation of the flame letter sequencing, rehabilitation of the DNA templates, the emerald DNA templates, bridging back through the layers of individuation. To create the platform, to create the pathway for the essence in the depths to return to source. Connecting into the hybrid DNA structures, resuming light pathways, bridging source love back into the hearts and minds of the hybrids, the hybrid records, the genetic distortions, the purity of God, the purity of intention, for all to return from the many, many splits and fragmentations of time, expansion and pulse. Into the artificial structures, artificial systems, disengaging the artificial and taking refuge under the belief that we are all one with God. And just sit in this space, in this source field, allowing the Christ seed atom to blossom into the most magnificent full bloom tree. Let's bring this source mind, source oneness back down into the personality, into the earth field, the core morphogenetic field of the planet and solar system, the perfected golden Christ template. Nice soul breathing once again. Long inhale, drawing life force and light through the energy centers, through the dimensional layers. Exhale, repeat the process 2 more times. Inhale in through the energy centers. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe in through energy centers. Draw in light and sound and life force. Hold. Expand. Exhale, claiming back your space in full expansion, claiming back your body. Revoking and rescinding any hitchhikers as we offer them a pathway to regenesis and back to source. That they don't hold power over your light anymore. Let's just take this image of the vast white, allow the coding to fluctuate through, update, hold space, and claim back through to the energetic boundary. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Wishing you a blessed Easter, Resurrection, Ascension Day, and happy alchemical New Year of the Solar Imprint. Lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.